Um, Yesterday I said that I agreed with 99.9%. Well, I'm going to go with the extra 1/10 of 1% and say 100%. What was said today, again, an independent person. I met Jimmy and Lewis for the first time yesterday, 2 days ago. They're nailing it. One quick comment, because I want to turn this back over to Jimmy. Um, I've been on a lot of boards, and the annual gala, the silent auction, all of those things have a miserably low rate of return. And what Jimmy said about investing your time in the major stuff is where you need to go, because that's where the rate of return is. I'll tell you, I was on the board of a wonderful organization that takes care of people with intellectual disabilities. And I said to our executive director and board one year, I said, instead of having our gala and our golf tournament and our silent auction, why don't we have like a get out of the gala for $100 event? I said this seriously. People, it was like cognitive dissonance. I said, really, people don't really want to go to another gala. I'm sorry, you know, but they want to give. So if you said, we're going to have the anti-gala this year, and you're going to get an invite, and you're going to be pressured to go, but if you don't want to go, just send us $100. And then we can hope no one comes, and we just take the $100 from all of those potential people and just use it and not spend hundreds of hours of staff and volunteer time for nickels and dimes, basically. But look, my background is as a business, as a corporate lawyer. I'm on the board of a steel corporation. It's a paid position. So I understand the business world. My second career was in the nonprofit world. And what led me to write this book was my corporate experience, because in the corporate business world you see rigor and attention to detail driven by people because they own their business in large part. So what my design for this was, if there was such a thing as a business school for nonprofits, an MBA program for nonprofits, this book would be the 101 course. You know, it's boring stuff, but it is vitally important stuff. I've seen the failure to attend to the basics cause major disruptions in the organization. And it takes work to digest this stuff, but you just got to do it if you want to do it right. Now, Catherine's material, if the tango was 101, her material is 202, 203, 204, and Jimmy's and Lewis's teaching this morning is all part of that stuff that's up here, you know? And so you want to build your organization holistically from the ground up. You know, and that's what this is all about. And Catherine's material, I didn't read all 1,100 pages, but I read a lot of it, you know, and I scanned what I didn't read. And when I first told Jimmy, I said, I was a religion major in college. I said, this reminds me of Thomas Aquinas' Summa Theologica. You know, it's just a comprehensive desk reference, you know, and this will work similarly for you, I think. It's a desk reference. You know, it's, you have questions about your board, you have questions about tax, because if you don't have a strong foundation, the house will fall down.
But this is not speculative. This is not theoretical. These are non-negotiables.
Yeah, these are non-negotiable, and every case study in the book is a real example of problems I faced, such as the one wealthy donor who gives most of the money and who sits on the board and insists on running it her way even though it's the wrong way. How do you deal with that? Yeah, you know, well, how do you, it deals with what happens if your board meeting didn't have a quorum and you decided to fire someone at that meeting and you realized that was unlawful and the person you fired could have it set aside by the court. You know, donor intent issues, you know, boards veering off. The hardest lesson I've said to nonprofits one of the biggest sins I've seen is nonprofits that are operating continuously at a loss that just chew into their endowment or their savings. And I say, as fiduciaries, your obligation is to dissolve your organization and find another place to give that money where it won't be chewed away by your operating losses and salaries. And I don't pull punches. I mean, I've said to boards, your fiduciary duty requires you to liquidate and dissolve, and to go to the courts and the Attorney General's office and take your endowment and give it to another organization that's healthy so it can take care of people with disabilities when your organization is failing. Those are the hardcore basics. So it's 100%. Keep it up.
Jack, thank you,
yeah.
pal.